Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya if you're new. Excuse me. And welcome to another episode of my coloring updates. So I took a little break from packing and it's been really exhausting. Just like a lot going on, but I just decided to take a quick break and put a little intro together. I already have some clips that I have collected for the episode. And I wanted to give a quick shout out. One of the viewers of my coloring updates is the wonderful Coloring with Kay, who I absolutely adore, and I have watched her for so long. And she is actually responsible for getting me back into coloring. After a while that I didn't do it, I was doing other crafts, and she really inspired me to get back into it. So I love you, Coloring with Kay. You're amazing. And so she is actually watches my coloring updates. She's a fan, and she wrote me and asked if she could do a similar video. And of course, I thought that was amazing. And I already watched her first episode. It was wonderful. So I'm really excited about that. And I thought, and then another YouTuber, a really sweet girl who is like a wonderful channel, Amberly Silencia, also watches my coloring updates and has started to do a similar series. She calls it, I think, Amberly's Updates. And she's great. I already watched one of her videos. So I am so pleased that people are liking the format of this and that it's fun for people. So I'm really, really honored by that. And thank you, ladies, so much for the shout out. I mean, it's so classy and wonderful of you guys to give me the credit, give me a shout out, because, you know, there are people on YouTube that borrow inspiration and don't mention my name at all or give me any credit or anything like that. So I thought it was so sweet of them. So big shout out. Thank you so much to Coloring with Kay and Amberly Silencia. I'm so excited about your video series also. And let's get started with the episode. So here is my craft room, pretty empty. As you can see, there were bookcases here that I took out. All these drawers are empty. I'm going to move the desk pretty soon. And so that's where I am now. And the next clip I'm going to show you is my new craft room in our new home. So I'll just show you a little clip of that one, setting it up. And I'm working on it kind of slowly. And we're lucky that I kind of have like another month and a half to move. So we had like 75 days of like being able to pack and move. So we're doing it kind of slowly, which really helps because as some of you may know, I homeschool my kids. So I just have a lot going on. So it helps to kind of do it slow. Okay, so our plans have changed and I am going to be able to have a craft room. We decided to wait for about a year and save more money, or more than a year. Save more money and do construction later. So I will have a craft room. And let me just show you where we are. I'm not done setting it up. This is where I am at the moment. And I'm going to have another desk here because I want to have my sewing machine out as well. And I'm setting up my bookcases right now. So that is where I am right now, and I will update you guys the moment I have more to show. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys something, an update since my haul. I did film part 2 of my haul, but this kind of came after that. So I wanted to show it to you guys. It's really, really cool. And it is, I have never heard of these, you guys, but what happened was I was going into Ross, which is a discount store that we have here in the United States, for some things for my daughter's birthday, my youngest. And while I was there, I always look at the art section. There's usually nothing really good there, but I did see these, and I thought they were alcohol markers. So of course I grabbed them. It was $5. Let me show you. $5 for 12. What I thought were alcohol markers. So I thought, of course, yeah, I'm definitely going to get them. It's Arteza, like, that's really good. And when I got home, I realized that they are actually water-based markers. They're called Everblend Ultra H2O. And I had never heard of these. So I was really intrigued, and obviously I swatched them right away. Oops. So I have like a pastel set. Let me show you. So the pastel set and these. So these are the swatches, and I was so impressed with them. There is a bullet nib. I mean, not a bullet. There's a chisel nib. And the other side is a kind of a brush nib. Now, it's not that flexible, but it's really nice. And I was so impressed with the way that they lay down. I'm going to say they're better than Tombows, in my opinion. So anyway, I was like, oh my God, this is incredible for $5. That is amazing. So I immediately looked. So this one is the pastel ones. And then this one is Muted Vintage Tones, it's called. And I don't know how muted that is, but I still like the colors. I don't know if I would name that Muted Vintage Tones, but anyway. So I immediately went online to look if they had any more. And these sell on our Arteza website for like $25. And I got it for $5, you guys. So I went on eBay. I was trying to find, there was another set, the Earth Tones. So I went on eBay and I offered a price to the seller and he accepted it, $15. He wanted $20. So I offered $15 and he accepted. So I got the Earth Tones and I was so excited. But the next day I went to another Ross near my kids' class and look what I found. I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe it. If I had only waited, if I had been a little patient, I found the Earth Tones at a different Ross. So for $5, you guys, this is absolutely incredible. So I never score that good, but I did score here. And these are the Earth Tones. I don't know how earthy this green is, but whatever, it's okay. I still like, the quality is really, really nice, you guys. So I am loving these markers and I have been using them. I have started a page. I will show you guys in my completed pages. A page that I have started with these. So I just wanted to tell you guys about that story. I thought it was really funny. Okay, so a few of you know that over Christmas break, I went to visit my parents. They moved to Las Vegas, kind of. They're retiring there. And I went to visit them, and I gave my dad a while ago a copy. I found another copy of this book, Landmarks of the World, by the wonderful Abby Dacre. And I found another copy of this at a thrift store one day. So I bought it and I was going to give it to one of my coloring friends. I asked Doodle Robot. She didn't like it. This is not her style. So I decided to give it to my dad and have him try. He doesn't really color, but he is an artist. And he likes to do portraits like a lot of you guys. He likes to paint people. But he does paint other things as well. And so I posted this on my YouTube and my Instagram of his paintings in my parents' house. I'll show you the clip.
Living life in color. Everything around me looks so beautiful and sweet.
And a lot of you liked it. You thought it was really cool that my dad is an artist, and it is really cool. I did grow up with two artist parents because my mom, even though she doesn't paint, she crafts. She does like amazing crafts. So I grew up in that environment. And we would always go to museums. Like my parents are big fans of the Impressionist movement. So I know a lot of the artists because of them. So hopefully I can give that knowledge to my kids. I think it's great to have a knowledge of a little bit of the masters. Anyway, so I gave my dad a copy of this, and I'm going to show you a picture of him coloring actually in it, and he's amazing. And I took a little video clip of him coloring. Okay, yeah, so here's the photo I took of my dad coloring in this book that I just showed you, and I gave him my Brutfuner squares. And he had a great time. He decided to pick the Russia page, the St. Peter's Basilica page, and he did like an amazing job. Here's the little clip. That's him coloring. It was so fun to see him get into it. So yeah, I think that is really, really cool. And I did start a page in here, which I will hopefully show you in my completed pages. But I wanted to do a buddy color with my dad in here at one point, but we haven't gotten there yet. But he did really enjoy. I left my Brute Printer pencils over there so he could use them. And I'll update you on his progress. But I thought that was a fun little thing to add into my coloring updates. I hope you enjoyed that. Okay, another thing I wanted to tell you guys is that I already filmed part 2 of my haul. Because I'm limited in time for filming, I filmed it and uploaded it, and I'm going to release it later. But I made a mistake, so I wanted to tell you guys. I accidentally put this in there, which I already showed in a haul. When what I really meant to put in was the Derwent Pastel Set. That's what I have not shown yet. A beautiful pastel set that I love, and I've already started using it. As you can see, some of the colors I've used a lot already. Now, the reason I made that mistake is because I don't show things right away after I buy them. I like to kind of use them a little bit and then show them in the haul, because otherwise I feel like hauls are a little useless unless, well, for supplies. They're a little bit useless for supplies unless you kind of use them a little and have something to say, in my opinion. I don't know. So that's why I made them. So I apologize that this is going to be featured again in a haul, even though I already showed it in a haul. So I apologize for that. But I don't have time to refilm the whole video. So I just wanted to let you guys know that this is actually what I did not show. And I did get that and I love it. So, and now I have the Graphitint ones. I have the pastel and the other regular one. The Studio Paint set, which the long one, which I love. So I think it's right here actually on my desk. This one I love so much and I've used a lot, as you can see. So yeah, I got the pastel one, so I wanted to tell you guys about that. Okay, the last part of the episode is going to be a little clips of with a voiceover of just working in different whips of mine that I do. You know, remember how I told you that in a given evening, I'll work on several whips in one night. And that sparked a lot of conversation in the comments. And I know not everyone likes to do that. I think when you have a limited amount of whips, it's kind of like mental baggage. I get it. It's annoying and you kind of want to get it out of your way. But when you have a lot of whips, you kind of lose track of them and then it doesn't bother you. That's what happened to me. So anyway, I wanted to show you just for some inspiration, just a couple of clips of me working on some pages. I hope you enjoy it, and let's get into it. Okay, so right here I am using my pan pastels. I wanted to show you this clip because my wrist has been hurting, so I busted out the pan pastels. And also this is a really big book, so to do this with pencils it would be a lot. So I took out my pan pastels and I started building up the color. I put a little bit of a brown first, and then I put a gray on top of it because I wanted to mix it. I wanted it to be like a warmish, brownish gray house. So there I am just adding the layers of the pan pastel, and it's so fast too. When you have like a big area to do pan pastel, it's really amazing. And actually Dee Dee Willingham recently, I saw a video of hers where she pretty much did most of the page with pan pastel. It was like amazing. So yeah, you guys need to check her out. She's like incredible. But yeah, the pan pastel is really great. So I just decided to, and then I'm going to go over this on top with pencil after I seal it. And I will be sealing it with satin glazing liquid. But here I'm just adding a little darker, a little black for the shadow. And I am just basically putting pan pastel on all the larger areas. And this is a whip that I've had since, I think, December. And it's been, a while. So I do a little bit at a time. Here I'm sealing it with a pan pastel with satin glazing liquid. But yeah, I've been working on this page for, it seems like quite a while. So I just chip at it here and there every month a little bit. So hopefully you guys will see it soon, I hope. So I'm just fixing with the satin glazing liquid, the rest there. And since I already had my pan pastels out, I decided to take out my Bridgerton coloring book and just do this inner part of the design to make it look like a vintage paper. That's all I did right there. I'm moving on to another book, and this is the Exotischer Urwald, the German coloring book. And this is the rainforest page. I love the trees in here, and I did them with ink tints. You'll see later me activating the ink tints. But right here, I'm experimenting with different things to cover the lines. So I tried, here I am activating the ink tints. I tried covering the lines with gel pens, but then I think I ended up doing it with acrylic paint pen. So yeah, I do cover all the lines there. It just makes it look that much better. And I settled on, the paint pens, 2 different colors of the acrylic paint pens. And I'm even covering the lines of the vines there. So mixed media, I'm using the acrylic paint pens, gel pens, different things. So I pretty much recall me doing just the trees, all the trees, and then I moved on to another page. And here I have moved on to Botanica by Maria Troll, and I am basically blending out a oil pastel background with my fingers. So I did find fingers are the quickest way. It kind of warms up the oil pastel, and it just is the quickest way to kind of blend them out. Here I'm using my Prismacolors to fill in all the edges where I didn't go in far enough with the oil pastel, because the oil pastel is not very sharp, right? They're just blunt. So I'm just cleaning it up there with my Prismacolors. And I did show this page, I believe, in my January completed pages. So it was a page that was colored in. I did buy this book used. So I had to kind of cover up the, you can see there where I erased a lot of what was there. So I covered that up later on with Prismacolor. But I really love how this page came out in the end. Hopefully you saw it in my January completed pages. And here I've moved on to Pride and Prejudice coloring book. And I am basically basing a lot of the clothes here with watercolors. And after it dries, after I base it with watercolor, I will be going in with pencil to add shading and a little bit more depth. But it's great to base with watercolor, especially when your wrist hurts, which this is the case here. So I started by basing, and what I'm using here are my Prima watercolors. I really love those. I'm sure you guys, I've showed them many times before, but it's just my Prima watercolors. And I'm doing the hair and the clothes, a lot of the clothes. Yeah, if you don't already know, Prima watercolors come in various different sets. They're a little bit random, but I have so many sets. I don't have all of them, but I do have a lot. And what I did was I took out all the colors and I divided them. So I put all my browns in one, all my reds, all my greens, that kind of thing. So right now I'm using my browns set there. And I'm doing the hair, and I think later on I do even the chair with like a wooden chair with the browns. But yeah, I divided up all my Prima watercolors. I love them so much. I use them in Lulu Mayo books and in a bunch of other things. And honestly, they're not very sheer, so they're more of an opaque watercolor, more similar to like a gouache. And they're great for coloring. I just love them. And it really speeds things up. Right here you can see my green set in action. So I'm just chipping away at this book, at this particular page. I do a little bit at a time, and I usually watch Pride and Prejudice, the A&E version, while I'm doing this. So it's a lot of fun. And right here, I decided to do the curtains. I wanted to make them red, so because they're kind of a large element, I am using my Neocolor 2s. And you can just see me there just building up the color. I started with the black because it was important to me to define the shadows of the curtain to kind of help make it look like a fabric, And then I'm just adding some pinks, a little bit of the yellow, like a cream color there. and I'm activating it with my Pentel Aqua Brush. So, and then I will go on top of that later on, probably with Prismacolor, just to add a little bit more depth and color. But it's a great way to get like a base layer, you know? So that's what I'm doing right there. You could see another curtain. Yeah, I don't know why in my mind, curtains are usually red velvet, like these, especially in the older, these historical pictures. I always feel like I need to do red velvet curtains. I don't know why. So I didn't film the entire curtain because I didn't want it to be boring for you guys. But I just show you how I kind of get it started. And it's similar to the other curtain that I did, basically. And in this book, I have started a page in December. This is going to be my first page in here. Escaped Christmas Past. I started it with like Neocolor in the background. And I think I might have to add pencil on top. I'm not sure. But I started using my new Arteza water-based markers in here. I based all the branches with these 2 colors, and I started adding pencil on top of that. So I love how they work. They work great. There's no bleed through. And what I did here on the leaves is that I did just the veins with like my super golden marker, one of my super golden markers. And I'm doing the actual leaf with one of my acrylic brush pen markers. These are amazing. And this one is Guangna, I think, is the acrylic painters. I got mine on AliExpress. I did number them, but there was like, I think 65 colors or something. So they're great. Oh, you know what? Let me get the box. It's right here. Come like this. They look like this. Let's see. Acrylic markers. How many? Oh, 60 colors. Excuse me. 60 colors. So that's what I'm doing here. And then to cover the line, you could see right here, I'm just taking my Uniball Signo in green and covering there the line. So it's coming along. I kind of chip away at it here and there whenever I feel like it. So that is what I'm doing in here. So that is all I have for you today in my coloring updates. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you to everyone for all your wonderful comments. I appreciate it so, so much. And I hope you have a wonderful coloring month, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.